Hey there, everybody. This is Rick Herbst. And if you're receiving this particular message or you see this particular message, either you've been following my channel or you've received an email from me. This is one of the ways that I like to be able to um, give a little bit more value to my clients instead of the standard sort of amorphous, out of nowhere phone calls where you get from a million different realtors and you don't know who they are and what they're about. This is my means of being as transparent as possible with my clients or my prospective clients, and also giving them the ability to not just pitch them, but mostly to be able to educate and to help you walk through the journey that is either home selling or home buying, and sort of demystify the entire experience here and make it something that's fun, pleasant, exciting. That's the way I like to work with my clients. So one of the ways that I do that, I like to make sure that I have tools that are very intuitive, very interactive, um, uh, sort of open up the experience of home buying or selling and give you a real conscious plan, a little bit more specific plan for you to be able to go forward in your home buying or selling journey. So one of those things that I use, there's two particular tools that I love and that you probably have already received if you haven't already. There'll be a link in this particular at the bottom of this video where you can actually get an account for this. These are free for any of my clients to use. I invest in them myself, so they're free to you. Enjoy them, use them. This one here is called Real Scout. Much like a Redfin.com or a Realtor.com or Zillow.com, most of the common search tools that are out there for property searches and valuations, excuse me, this has that same sort of visual appealing aspect to it, but it also more than just being visually appealing, because it's not entertainment. It's really, we want it to be actionable. This particular tool helps to really drill down specifically what you're looking for, not just, oh, I need a 4 bedroom, 3 bath and 2,800 square feet. What I need is actually a little bit more than that. So in this case, you can change those filters to maybe a school system that you're looking to have your child in, or maybe you're looking to see where a 55 plus community might be, or maybe you're looking for where I can be near a lake or where I can be near a Costco. I mean, it gets that specific in there. So I really invite you, if you've received this account um, from me and you're getting searches this way, please feel free, dive right in. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me so I can help um, drill down and make more specific that search for you. Again, that's what we're looking to do. We're trying to make it not just sort of a blanketed experience like everybody else. So that's Real Scout. I'm not going to dive real deep into that. There are definite filters here. This is probably the way yours will look. Mine looks a little bit different since I'm the agent. I get updates from anyone who I've inputted into this system, so I can see what you're looking at, what you're really interested in, and what you're just browsing. So I don't call and bug you when you're browsing and you're just looking. It's like when a salesperson comes up to you in the middle of a store, as all you're just looking for is colors, sales, or oh, does this fit, or whatever, like, oh, I got to get that I'm looking to get that fishing pole, or whatever it may be, and you just want to be left alone, right? So this helps me to do exactly that, give you the space you need to be able to make those decisions. And if there's something that you're more interested in, then that's a lean forward for me to be able to ask you and reach out to you very simply, and we keep the conversation going. So really utilize this one. The second thing that I really absolutely love and adore is something called Homebot. Now, this tool I love because it I use it for any of my potential clients that are looking to sell their home, because it gives an extreme amount of options. It's not just a home valuation, and it's a generic home valuation. Again, I would need to come into your home and see what you've done to it. What Zillow.com, by the way, and Realtor.com, and all the rest of those they don't have a what your home looks like right now. They don't have any upgrades that you may have done. They don't have the latest stats about what's going on. So these are very generic. They're probably 20% up or down on that, but that's why it's very important to get a comparative market analysis from an experienced realtor like myself. So that's That's a caveat on this that I'm going to put out there. However, it really is giving you a beautifully laid out uh, plan full of options. So if you receive this from me, please open it. This is what we'll have. It'll have the estimated value of your home. It'll tell you since you bought it, when you bought it. It's able to pick up that information on just the address. You can add more specifics to it, obviously, and be able to pull up right here, like you can see current mortgage, where it's with, how much you have left. So the reason that's important is because then you start moving down here, you see this is what your net worth on that home means to you, right? You probably knew these numbers somewhat. And if that looks right, click it. So it becomes again intuitive. It learns and it knows what your particular situation is. If you need to change these numbers, if it's not right, you can do that here. You can view a calculation here on your loan balance, your net worth, breaks it down for you, and then they're based on a 30-year home loan of the national average, which right now is 5.25. Um, and that's for April of 2010 for this particular home. If you want to update those loan numbers, that's great. Again, what you paid so far, it'll show you what your interest is in there. Um, if you wanted to refi um, to save the interest, here's some of the options you can. You can adjust this however you wish. If you bring it up, okay. If it depends how many more years will keep this home, maybe 17 more years. This is what it's going to look like if you're just going to move out and go, or if you're looking at a refi now. It just gives you all types of options in that vein. Little tips, obviously, if you pay whatever numbers you made, say you want to pay an extra $50, right? Well, look at that. You can save $6,000 over the life of the loan. What would that look like to you? Are you already paying extra, right? You can tap that in there and you can drop exactly what that might be and save that. So a lot of different options. Now, here's another. This is the one that I really love. If you happen to buy another home, how much could you afford, right? If you purchase a new home, this is what it's saying you could afford based in the details that are here and that you can absolutely adjust. If you bought an investment property with the equity of this home, right? If you rent this particular home and then buy another, what does that look like? Maybe, or just sell and you just pocket the cash in it, right? So, options to be able to leverage your investment. Your home is most people's largest investment that they have. A lot of people think that it's not an asset, they'll say it's a liability. It's kind of both. It all depends on what you do with it, right? So, if you're looking to do any of these options here, you're looking to create some measure of a portfolio for yourself. 80 plus percent of people that own a home, that is their largest investment that they'll ever have in their life. So if you know how to make the most of it, all the better. So that's again why I love this tool. Now, your house is built 300, in this case, $330,000 worth of equity. How could you use it? Here's a million different ways, and it's not just about getting another house. You can create an emergency fund. You can do home improvements. You can add more livable space and add more equity to your house. Pay down student debt. Unfortunately, that's a huge, huge amount of debt for a lot of people out there. Eliminate credit card debt, right? Add solar panels if you wanted to increase the value of the home or lower your payment in your house. Go take a vacation, right? Oh, I can't. If you have the equity in your house, take some of that. Look, if you feel comfortable with it, it's whatever you want to. These are options. So whatever option works best for you. The great thing is this is also connected with a specific lender that I work with, but you can also work with whatever lender you have. But wouldn't it be great if you could bring this to them, a printout, and say, hey, here's some options I'd like to discuss. What a wonderful thing, right? If you rent it on Airbnb, now this might sound funny, but a lot of people actually are doing this in suburban neighborhoods, believe it or not, and they're making a killing. Instead of renting out a room or renting the entire home, which can cost you a lot of money in depreciation, obviously, when you try to get that back at the end of the year. And then on top of it, it can also cost you in repairs, in non-Cincinnati. Now, can an Airbnb do that? Yes, it can. But you're doing it in a case, it's where's the ROI? Where's your return on that investment? So if you rented this Airbnb on this particular property, right, at 256 a night, your annual revenue is $40,000, right? That's your average monthly revenue right there. Now that's just basic. Nights per month, 13 nights per month. That's barely half of the month. Do the math. So that's monthly revenue. It'll show you a nightly rate. It'll show you number of nights if you wanted to do whatever. You can adjust all of that. So this tool is fantastic. If you have received it from me, please open it. Please utilize it. Both the Real Scout and this. And again, it helps me to be able to have a conversation that you're willing to have. I'm not about to come, you know, knocking on your door virtually like this, and unless I'm invited. You know what I mean? So that's the way I like to do my business. I hope this has provided some value for you, and I hope these tools provide value for you. That's my goal, is to educate and provide value for all of my clients, my potential clients, and anyone who is looking for help with their real estate journey. So, thanks very much for watching. I know this was a little bit more lengthy, but I felt it was very, very important. Hopefully, you've got some real value out of this. And reach out to me if I can answer any questions for you, or help list, or help you find your next home. Thanks very much. Take good care.